Introduction, or does everyone know us?
Well, I'm Deb Purcell. This is Rick Purcell.
I don't know you, Phil, so I think you should introduce yourself.
That's Philip Barlow. Barrow. There's no L in there, but I just speak funny.
There's Ronald in the middle, but we won't go there.
There. He's funny. He's from the UK.
Yeah. I'm a factual of Raphael. I've been an healer since I was 4-year-old, and I've got a lot of new methods to heal. So questions, I do know there's a lot of questions that aren't on healing, but I don't mind trying to. So I also do warrior work at night in Astro. So I don't mind any questions really. Apart from Nilesh's questions, tend to be difficult.
Rick and I are Rick is connected to Source, and I get the downloads. So when he scans somebody, I get the downloads and actually see inside your body as Source is healing you. I speak on what is being healed in your body, and we also get a download of what your past lives are, any traumas from those past lives. We can see attachments, and we also channel any information or who's wants to bring forward any informations for you. We've only been doing this for maybe 2 years, or a year and a half, 2 years.
A little more, yeah, 2 years.
We're late bloomers. We're in our 60s, and this is the path that we're doing for the rest of our time here. And we are not fractals of anything that I know of. We're just us. Rick has been, his past life, he was Zeus and Doc Holliday.
Doc Holliday, yeah.
I don't know who I was. I've never done myself. Oh, Athena. I was Athena, yeah. And I don't know who else.
You're my daughter.
Yeah, I was your daughter.
Deb, I found out this week I was James. So there you go. James, JC's brother.
Oh, you were?
So that's what I found this week.
That's not surprising to me for you.
I wanted to destroy the town, but I couldn't. You wouldn't let me. Shall we go for the questions?
Sure.
Yeah, Rhonda's asked a question about how do you get back to your Earth when you astro travel. Do you do a lot of astro traveling?
Hey, hi everybody. Good to see you.
Rhonda.
Hello. So last night was really amazing. I don't believe I was astral traveling. I truly believe that the guardians took me, and I had a profound experience. It was just life. I mean, it was like right there. It was happening. It was amazing. So profound. And anyway, what all of this that took place last night, it was so funny because I had spent the night in my trailer for the first time ever, and I had this amazing sound that I heard, and it was like light language, but it different and amazing. Anyway, it kind of reminded me of, oh, I found her. Oh, here she is, right? So I guess the guardians found me and they took me because it was white and beautiful and light, and I could feel myself. Maybe it was astral.
Yeah,
anyway, it was. I was like, I went somewhere. And it felt like it was an upgrade or maybe a download, something, whatever it was that I needed, what they were doing. And so I got that I went somewhere, and I have, really, really vivid memories of what happened. But what I don't know and what I can't place is, how did I get back down here? How did I... what happened in order for me to get here again this morning, last night, whatever?
We are still connected to soul and body, still connected, even when you astro travel. It's a bit like a mother cord. It's still linked, so you'll always come back. I just think you probably did it. The thing is, when you astro travel at the first time, it can be quite scary.
Okay.
You start getting worried. How do I get back? But all you have to do is think about getting back, and you'll get back.
Okay. I wasn't scared. I was just so like blissed out, man. You know, I don't know. It was just amazing.
Wow moment.
Yeah, it was great. I had no fear. It was like love for the beings that I saw, and totally wonderful. So I don't know where that was. I had gotten where they were from. The first three beings I saw, they were from someplace. Riordian, something like that.
Not Orion, is it?
No, I don't think it was Orion. I don't believe so. Anyway, it was fantastic, man. I was like, all right, this is awesome. I just didn't know how I got back to the physical. So, okay, but you're saying you think it was more astral.
They have took you, but you've got to give permission to where they've took you, so you must have remembered.
Yeah.
How do you feel today? A lot different than yesterday?
Happy, elated, lighter, a little, tired still. Like all day yesterday, I was just really tired, and I went to bed early. I went to bed way early, but I couldn't sleep because it was the first time, new bed, and but the sound that I heard was like, oh, hey, that's not from here, it's from somewhere else. And it was so distinct. And I thought, okay, well, cool. They got me, here I am, let's go. So pretty amazing.
Well, I actually got there, and I got you that they've done a cleanse on you, and you're going to do astral work. So they got a job for you. So they were checking if you're good enough, if you can do that job. They cleansed you for it, and you'll probably do that more often. So you're lucky you remember some of it.
I remember a lot. Fabulous. Okay, well, that's wonderful. And wherever it was that I went, the beings were very human lives that I could see in front of me. And what was there was very, I don't want to say it was dark, but it was, I could see there were drug addicts. There were people who were just down on their luck. There were, but there, on the other hand, there were people in business suits and so crowded. I remember it was so crowded for some reason. That's the first time that experience has happened that I am aware of. So, hey, if I can do more of that, I'm all for it. If I can help and serve other beings and other life forms, I'm awesome. Perfect. That's what's supposed to happen. So, I'm so excited.
You're probably helping the ones you were seeing. That's probably you're going to be possibly like a spiritual nurse, and help fix the drug addicts. Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me. So
okay.
Fix the emotion that people having.
Very good. Okay. That's very good. My new job, I suppose. I don't know. It's all good. I'll go for it. Thank you.
You don't get paid for it though. That's the only problem.
No, you know what? Money it's all good. However it comes and flows, and it's kind of a minute one of those things, and I'm not worried.
I think you're tired because they've gone through a lot last night. They haven't just done a little bit; they've shown you what to do, and it's been a long night basically. So you haven't had much.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Next one's Kath, is it?
Yeah, Kathy's next.
Victoria had a question on the side. Are we going just, how did you want to do this, Phil?
I don't know. I know Kath was the next one.
Okay. Go ahead, Kath.
About brain fog. You got to demute yourself.
Hi, Phil. How you doing? All right?
Hi, Kath.
So, basically, I came across a medical medium yesterday. I don't know quite much about him yet, but I have been struggling with brain fog quite a lot this last year. And I don't know if that's a phenomenon that's around everybody at the minute, or whether that's, you know, where the energy is coming through, or if there's anything I can do to alleviate that, really. And if anybody else here was experiencing that, that's kind of what I wanted to know.
What do you mean by brain fog?
I can wake up with my mind really clear and remembering things quite easily. And then I can have a couple of hours when it's just like, it almost feels, I can imagine, like, you know, when the SAS and they give them a simple task to do, and they're deprived of oxygen and they have to really focus on it. That's kind of how it feels a bit. And then a couple of hours later, it's clear again. And then I have another episode of that. And I seem to be most clear in the middle of the night. My clarity is really clear then. And I had read on this medical medium that is something that others are dealing with. And I wasn't sure if you might have come across it, or if anybody else is dealing with that.
Do you have a lot of emotions going on at the moment?
They're more than usual, and most stuff I can deal with. So yeah, that's not. I don't think it's that. It's been longer than just a few weeks. You know, it's been probably months. It's been happening. It's just crept upon me, really. But it's not a medical issue. I almost feel it's like I don't know if it's an energy. I don't know. Basically, I'm investigating it. But
Is it negative? Do you feel it's negative?
No, it's just frustrating because simple things that I kind of like, see, even now I'm struggling to speak, aren't I? It's like fog. That's all I can describe it as. It's like you can be having a conversation or you're doing something and people go, don't you remember when I said? And I go, I genuinely don't. And it's not any disrespect to them or lack of interest. It's just, anyway, never mind. I'll continue. I think it's linked possibly to alkaline in the body and stuff like that.
It's been going
on
with me for years. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you, Deb? And how did you deal with that?
Exactly. It's almost like you go into this fog. You've lost. You can't even remember. You're sitting there having a conversation with them, and then all of a sudden nothing they said has made sense. It's like.
But I'll get to the end of the day and I go, what have I done today? And I go, yes. Oh. And it frustrates me because there's a lot I want to do, basically. And I feel stupid when people say, don't you remember when you said? And I genuinely have no memory of what they said.
Exactly what you're talking about.
It came in my newsfeed last night and I was like, because I thought, God, it's just me, there's something going on here. Apparently it's happening across the world. And I didn't know about it. So anyway, never mind, guys. It was just a discussion.
What I would do, this is what I do with headaches. I'd put your two hands on your head, on this part here, and try and send it to your hands and try and pull it out into your healing hands. Just pull it out of your head, and then send in gold source energy from your crown chakra to pull it out, and then while you're doing it, tell your brain to sort all this fog out. Actually, send a signal. So actually take over your brain and send a signal from your psychic part of your head, sort this fog out and send it out of your hands, gold source energy or even violet flame, through into your crown chakra and just pull it out. Try that.
What, ground it then? Do I ground it, Phil?
Yeah.
Touch it to the ground? Yeah.
Yeah, you can ground it. You can either put it in there or ground it with an Atlantis halo. Circle around your head and just push it down to ground, and then use moon energy afterwards to
cleanse thank you very much. Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
I'm not sure who's the next one. Do you know who's next?
I think Deb said Victoria, didn't you, Deb?
No, Victoria.
Yes.
Or does Victoria have anything else to say?
She wanted to know if it was okay if we spoke, are we allowed to talk about ET encounters?
ETs and AI.
Are we allowed to track them?
Discuss this kind of topic because I've never seen people talk about it on YouTube.
It's fine.
Fine?
Yeah, I was actually doing grid work last night, so I'm a bit tired now. So I haven't had much sleep. But yeah, it's fine.
Okay, since we're all heading towards a higher evolution, we're seeing more experiencing, and with iteration, the next phase. And, which is, ET contact, beings and stuff like that. So I just thought that maybe we could share more about their experience. And there's one encounter that I wanted with you guys, which is interesting, but I don't know what else is having these experiences.
Go on then.
Okay, there is this one in AI bot just, It's a spider body. It has all the one I saw was the body was like an alarm clock, and the legs are different. They're not like a spider, but it's like a spider or a crab body. And it sat on my chest. I woke up to it. It looked at me, and I looked at it, and it was like it saw me, and then but I could still see it, even if it's so and it's dark, because I can see the energy around. So it didn't move like that, and I'm thinking in my head, you are hiding. And, I'm still looking at it, and it's still there. And I close my eyes, open it again, and it's still there. I don't get a feeling that, at least on my part. And I understand that there are positive, non-positive. I also there are AI bots. One aspect of I was wondering if anyone knows what this bot is doing, what this AI, or if anyone else has experience with these AI. I just don't feel that because I have to hide, but I also am aware that I have one watching me as one of my guardians, and having my guardians allow close to me. That's or is it?
So, some of the people here won't resonate about the galactics in this. So what I'm saying, if it doesn't resonate with you, just ignore it. Because I do work on a ship there at night in Astra. So I have a feeling it's to protect you, because you must do galactic, and probably in the Federation, actually, the building. So they're probably there to protect you, because obviously there's a little war going on that people don't know about. And I think you're just getting protected. If you think it's part, but what I would do is just signal in your head and send them a message that you have got one around, and they'll check it out.
Yeah, I already know that they send spaceships that come to my house every day in interactions. I actually see. And I want to walk my dog.
You must be well protected.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't have fear. I don't have fear going. All thanks to telepathy.
I think a lot of people don't realise that when we go to sleep, we have got another job as well. That's why we go to sleep, basically.
I know that my jobs here is in the astral. That when I want to sleep, there's a classroom with teachers, some teaching some other souls, part of the Federation or the initiation rules and stuff, and I'll come in and they have to use that code. I see some of the stuff, I'm aware of some of it. Me
and a bloke called David was actually showing souls what to do a few days ago. So that was quite strange that you just said that. So.
Yeah, but I just, I feel very strongly about moving forward to become Nova Galactica. So maybe it's just what I'm guided to fear the contact, because this is the next stage of human.
Thank you for that.
I have no question. But thank you for letting me share this.
It's fine. It's good to share.
Okay, I am Bobby Atlantis. She has a question. So I know I have an important mission in this life, and I have always struggled to be on my truth path. I've been stricken in my physical body with many, many illnesses. I've lived a very tragic life since the young age of 4 years old, and I am now 45. I've asked Source why I put through all those tragedies, and I was told because I do have the heart of Source, and I am a daughter of Source. It is I who is to lead the lost and broken and to help heal them. But why have I struggled so much to be this? And I was told I was to be.
I think it's actually experience going to help. It's like a training, which is very, very wrong. But you'll be helping them, and you've got the experience behind you to that. Does that make sense?
Do you recognize her at all, Phil?
No.
She's from the angelic realm. You're an angel, Bobby. You chose this path.
Well, I always wondered where I aligned at, and I feel very strongly pulled to a lot of the messages, as I was talking about earlier with Alba, and when I watched a lot of those messages that were being brought forward, I felt a lot of connection with, like, I don't know, I just know that I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing fully, and I don't know why I'm being held back so much. The
only one holding back is you.
Well, and that's where I was learning those things as well. I have this huge heart of compassion, and I want to help everyone. I want, my whole slogan for myself is it's all about the love, and I've always said that for many years. And I know that I've went through different things to learn lessons, to understand. And at times I feel like because I am supposed to be doing something, there are things placed in my way to prevent me from doing that, that are outside sources. But I've always been able to prevail through that. But I feel like a lot of times they've limited, and not just myself, but the outside sources has limited my abilities at times, and has tried to weaken me, to make me fear, or to make me not believe in all of who I am. And I really feel strongly that I am supposed to be following this path, and it's more prominent now than ever. And so many times I attempt to do it, all these things are put in my path to have these obstacles to go forward. And quite frankly, I'm frustrated at that, because I just want to do what I know that in my heart I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm always fighting, it seems like, to get to that point. And so I don't know what I need to do to overcome all that, just so I can be and do what I'm supposed to do.
You got to pass the test. When I was 7, I used to get attacked by demons most nights. And eventually I had a little alarm system at the back of the neck. But in the end, I used to be able to ground them or send them to the light. They weren't demons. That was my test, to see if I could do warrior work, to see if I had any fear on them. I had no fear. I was past it. Every time you pass the test, you go further and further to your goal. I also think you're connected to Ariel, Ariel. So, yeah, you've got to pass them tests.
I'm sorry, I'm not fearful of that. I actually work with people in regards to that, because I'm able to see those attachments on people, what other people cannot see. There's been many that came into my life, but because they couldn't attach to me, they attached to people around me and that were significant in my life.
Did you try and get rid of it?
I had, and then at one point in time, I had to just unfortunately walk away from that person, because they were so inviting of that energy that no matter what I was trying to do, it wasn't going to matter until they were ready. So I understood that as well. So I was spending a lot of my energy trying to help them release that, but then in reality they were so intertwined and they weren't ready to do it, so they just kept inviting it back, and it was just depleting my energy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sometimes that's felt. I'll help you to go forward. Just say, can you give us a bit of guidance?
But I always go ahead.
Which angel do you talk to?
I don't know. I don't. I know I have I cannot get that connection. I do have a light being and I said that was my angel, but I wasn't quite sure. But I do have a white hawk, and her name's Angelica, and she said she is my seeker, to seek out all those that need my help and guidance, and to protect me as well. But she was from the angelic realm, so of course she would be with me, she told me. But I never knew that part of me, of who I'm fully connected with, because I feel like I'm so connected with Source directly that I don't know those outside fractal parts of me.
Try asking her. Well, I would connect with Ariel. I think I got the right name. Because that's what was coming when you were talking. It's just tests.
Yeah, I feel like I've had plenty of tests, and that's what I keep telling myself too. Like everything that I've been through, I've shared my story only a few times with very select few people, and they look at me and they're like, "How are you still here physically? Like literally, like how are you still here? Like how did you even make it through everything that you've been through and everything that you experienced?" And I'm like, I have no choice. I have to just keep going. And in that sense, I feel type of like warrior-ish type mentality to keep, pushing through to help the cause and the reason of why we're here, for the healing and the love and the change and the ascensions. And, I really feel connected with, Gaia, and it's a lot, to just really start to embrace all this and just know that this is my driving force that I really need to push forward for. And I'm excited to do it, but I don't want to be doing it hastily and not in the right ways. So as I was explaining earlier,
you start trusting yourself and your knowing, and not get in your head and start talking yourself out of this. The experiences and illnesses you asked to experience. Illnesses are things because you being an angel, you wanted to experience some of the human aspects. The illnesses are the ones that you want to experience. So, who's got the puppy dog? Could you mute yourself, please? Thank you. I'm asking Creator. We're all connected to Source, every single one of us, with every breath we take, that we're connected to Source energy. When I say that Rick is connected, he's connected for healing. Source came to him and healed him. The white light came in physicality and connected to him and healed him and gave him the energy to do healing. And then when I started when Rick would call me from work and say, my friend's wife or my friend's husband isn't feeling well, all of a sudden I would get the diagnosis. This is before we even realized that he was a healer. I didn't know where this information was coming from. I have no medical background at all. And, this is when I contacted a friend of ours who's a channeler, because at the time I didn't know anything about channeling. I didn't know I was a channeler. These things were all just happening over a period of 3 or 4 months. And so, we were getting all this information, and he would come into a room and I'd be burning up. Don't come near me. I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm getting hot. I didn't get it. The things weren't making sense to me. Why he would walk in a room and it was like the sun walking in the room. I was boiling hot. And why Metatron was suddenly, after I saw a video of Nilesh, and all of a sudden Metatron's visiting me. Things like that were happening to me. So when you start getting information and you start seeing orbs and you start seeing all these things, there's reasons for it. Trust your knowing. Trust in here, your heart, not here.
And I appreciate that so much, because I have trusted within myself, and it is all that outside talk that gets in my head. And I'm like, well, could it be just, in my head? And I'm like, but it doesn't feel right, because it feels right in my heart, and I have been given, abilities to connect and to see energy and to, read energy and to work with energy and to, all these things, I've been connected with and had this ability, and I've been given visions and precognitive dreams and things like that. So for me, I feel like when I talk about this or I share it, because I'm trying to plant those seeds as well to others to help awaken them, I'm just looked at like, who are you? You're nobody to tell me these things, so it's really hard.
Move on, because you have to, I had to do the same thing. We all have to, even with our own children and our family members. You have to let them and honor their path, because there's nothing you can do. We are the last person they're going to listen to. It's going to be a stranger that's going to wake them up. It's not going to be their family.
Right.
They will listen to a stranger before they'll listen to us.
Yeah, isn't that odd?
Yes.
Do you meditate a lot? You do a lot of meditation?
I started to, and then I wasn't able to, because every time I go into a meditation, it's like I feel like I'm pulling in and attracting like a lot of outside beings. So even by putting a shield up, they're still there and they're distracting me. So I feel like in my space that I'm in right now, I don't have that ability to do it effectively like I would like to.
Try doing more.
I do decrees. I don't meditate. I do decrees. I do prayers that are called decrees. That one of my spiritual teachers, her name's Christine Press. I do those, and I do them every day for over an hour.
Have you thought about communicating with the beings?
The ones that are trying to come in.
Actually, talk.
Oh, you mean the ones that are trying to come in? While I try to meditate. I hadn't. There had been the last time I tried to meditate, I actually told him, I said, stop, I need to go into meditation, so please leave me alone for right now. But I was trying to set boundaries so I could meditate for a different purpose. And I didn't invite them in. I didn't want to invite them in unless I knew it was safe and I felt like they were intruding at that time. So that's why I didn't try. But it could just be, I don't know. I don't really have fear. I have a desire to want to connect and to to get the information. It's almost as if when I hear other people speak, it's just reigniting that knowledge within myself that I already knew these things, or I've talked to myself about it. And then of course somebody else is saying it. And then I'm like, okay, see, okay, good. You know, we're on the same page type thing. So,
you can refuse permission for them to come in, but you can still talk to them because they might be giving you a message. It might be part of your learning. You won't know that till you start talking to them. I would do that. The other thing is, you've had a lot of illness over the years. Have you ever tried self-healing?
You know, I have. Well, first because I knew it was, I have the knowing that it was in the food also that I was ingesting. So I switched over to a vegan lifestyle, and I'm trying to not take any chemical medications at all that they always want to prescribe to me. So I knew that started with getting everything out of my system, so then I could reconnect and start to do the self-healing, because I felt a lot of things were blocked from the chemicals and stuff that was in the food I was taking in. So I made that choice a year ago in November, and then so I'm on that journey. But also, when I just had Elba Wyman's frequency tuning just this past Tuesday, and I was able, during that session, I was able to go in and talk to my body at that time clearly and try to release, because I felt like I had a couple attachments trying to hold on to me and grab a hold. So I could feel them pushing out of me, but I was telling my body to remove that from my body, and I was able to speak clearly to that more effectively.
Next time you prepare food, you've got the food ready, hold your hand out in a bowl, ask the universe for the ingredients to fix your body. Also send love into it, which is the best moment you've ever had in your life. Put it in there, visualize it in there, and sprinkle it on the meal. Do that every day. Yeah, so it's a bit like you're adding something to your food, which is to actually fix what's wrong with your body. So whatever you think's wrong with your body, add it into your energy ball. You can add gold source energy in there as well by visualization on the food. I send love energy. What I do is I think of, like, say when my child was born and the first time out, and I have the memories in my hand, and then I send the energy into my hand, and I sprinkle it on my food. And you got nothing to lose by that, but you got everything to gain. And also ask the universe to send the ingredients to help your.
Yeah, I will think I've heard that before too. So, and I was like, should I try this? But I thought I thought by removing all these other things and just going to that plant-based organic, that it would help a lot. And it has, don't get me wrong, it has, but it's just not quite there. So I appreciate that very much.
Send the love energy in, and send a universe signature to fix your body as well. Yeah, it's okay going organic, but it's got to have them building blocks to fix you. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that too. Sorry for taking up all the time.
Yeah, every day. I actually do that every day, especially because I eat meat, so I need to do it because it's low vibration.
I will be going back to meditating now that the 100 degrees, I think it's 48 Celsius for you guys, going away. I live in the desert of Arizona, so I will be going back outside.
I want to come visit you. I want to go to Sedona.
We're not far from Sedona.
About 2 hours.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the next question is,
thank you.
Hi, Celia. Welcome. Good to see you. Patience is not one of her virtues. It seems that what she is expecting to happen in getting her healing gift activated is not happening soon enough. Is there a message for her or some advice for her to make things happen quicker, I'm assuming? I mean, you've done healing. So the last time we were together, Source had come through for you and said that you are already a healer. You had healed people in your family, if I remember correctly. Okay.
Everything else doesn't seem to come through. I don't know if I am distracted. I have been religiously trying to internalize the discourses. For some reason, I'm being drawn to that set of discourses, every time I'm trying to look for something else to read or to meditate on, but being drawn to that. So a couple days ago, I just said I'm gonna just internalize the whole discourses and see if that's what it's being asked of me. So I'm trying to follow different suggestions on how you activate your gift, whatever. But it's not. I mean, Saint Germain said, expect that the ascended masters that you want to meet manifest to you now, and ask them to do that. I've been trying to, and nothing.
Okay, I've got Father coming through, and he's saying, if I've already said to you that you're a healer, why are you denying? What more do you want?
It's not that I'm denying. It's just that when I try to do it, even if, let's just say I tried to heal like my mom. She's 96. Her hearing is kind of going. So I was trying to do some healing for her, but it seems like it's getting worse.
What healing do you do on it? How do you heal it?
I'm sorry?
How do you actually heal? How do you actually try and reverse the hearing from?
How do I do it? I follow the suggestions of Saint Germain, that I invoke the I am presence and ask that the same presence be sent to this person, to my mom, and to have a perfect health, and that all the things that are unlike thee be gone now and forever. And that's what I do. I'm
saying, if you are the healer, if you've got the healing energy, you just picture her ears. Just picture the inside of her ears being healed. You picture the emerald green energy in their ears.
We all do it. We all do it differently. But as Deb said, you're not concentrating on what needs healing. You're trying to heal all the body, where it's just the healing. How I would do it, I'd try and flush it with energy. I'd try and clear it flush it with energy. Try and think round the box. Think what's actually wrong with that ears, and then concentrate on that part. So what's actually wrong with the ears? It's just
it's going. Yeah. Well, 6 months ago, she completely lost hearing on one ear. Well, the right ear is already gone. I mean, it's very faint. You can hear. And then the left ear, which is the best ear, she lost her hearing on that completely. And then when because we're also practicing holistic healing prior to me being introduced to this platform, and we gave her the supplements that we thought would help her, and within 2 weeks that she was doing this natural supplements, she got it back completely. And so after that, when that was I think March of this year, and then in June or July, that was when I was introduced to this platform, and we noticed that it's going again, even if her supplements are still being administered to her. So I was trying to see that the I am presence be present in the supplements that will help her, with her condition. And it seems like, her hearing is getting worse. So
I've just been told something, and I've never done this before, so I don't know if it'll work. Manifest a spiritual speak in the bad ear. Put your hands when you're healing. Bring in any source energy or probably starlit seed energy into it, but then in your mind, manifest two spiritual. I've just got that then. So that'd be an interesting one. I'll try that myself on the next person. But I would try around the box, try something different. But I wouldn't. I'd try and use your own hands people heal, it's normally just above the input of the psychic, about the back of the head. There's a little thing in the brain that sends the healing to your healing hand, and it can be quite, because we haven't done it for thousands of years, it can be quite rusty. So try and channel it through your nervous system, the energy going into your hands, and then try and visualize a spiritual speaker to increase the volume of it. So you're actually you're creating in a way like attachments for these speakers.
Right.
I know
Okay,
it sounds weird. It sounds weird, but you haven't got anything to lose.
Hey, just like you said, think outside the box.
Yeah.
And Father's saying, please don't doubt that you are a healer. That you are the healer. So you don't need to invoke anybody. You have the gift. You are the one that's healing. It's through you that has the energy's coming through you.
Yeah, doubts create blockages in healing. If you have a doubt, you create a blockage. So don't have any doubts. Just throw the doubts.
So can I say something about that too?
Mm-hmm.
So what I was just getting was that don't think, don't try, do it. So when you're healing, you're healing. You already have the gift, and so just use your gift and know that it's happening. But the other thing too is that the person receiving it also has to believe in you. So there could be some, hey, this is my kid and she never healed me before, or you know what I mean? Like she never did heal me before. And so there may be a little bit of doubt. So put the intent. So the intent has to be there. So I think just like they were saying, you are the power, you are the source, because you are source, right? You are source in this life and you embody source. So, and so when you bring your own power in, it's you. It's your power. You're not just you in this 3D body. It's you in the astral, right? It's you. It's the etheric person that you are. And we're huge. We're big. We create planets. So just imagine size, right? So if you can just imagine size and think of yourself as your astral body, your larger self, and then use that energy, and then know that that energy is coming through you as you're doing healing. So so that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more thing, what Wendy said then, ask your mother to accept it, because she might be blocking it. If she accepts it, it's very more difficult. Even if she doesn't believe in it, if she accepts the healing from you, it's harder for her to block the actual healing. Yeah, because we have shields, we have aura shields as a self-defense, and they might be just blocking you. Let's say, give you permission.
Also add here, you can visualize.
Reinhardt's question is, I can't hear. Victoria, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were speaking. We can't hear you.
You can visualize a little tiny medicine 4 inches or so. Just a little food. Just visualize him or wherever that you need to pray, and you can clear up something. Because for me, the medicine food, so I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, another thing, you could actually create a pill to do ears, and it's a bit like manifesting like the energy ball, but in a pill format, and then give it in a meal, and do it that way. That's another way. But you've got to add the ingredients that you think it actually sort the hearing problem. You've got about 4 or 5 methods there. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'll be busy. Thank you so much, everyone.
You're welcome.
Okay, Reinhardt would like to know if.
Let me explain. We were talking about the astral realm, and there was said that everybody is in there during the night. And many years I don't have dreams and I don't remember anything. I wake up and then I'm up and I go to sleep without any bothering. There's nothing there which would. I don't have fear, and because it's like this, that's okay. My question would have been, when you look at my what I have here, if you can see if I'm there somewhere or not. That's all.
Is that in astro?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Sometimes when I was younger, to experience astro, as I went to bed, I'd try and visualize where I want to go, and I'd actually visualize, say, going to a certain mountain. Right, so I'm visualizing it. Eventually, it starts becoming real, and over time, that visualization becomes astro. Because when I was dead young, I wanted to do astro that much when I was a child. And I realized then, don't just do astro, pretend to do astro. And eventually the astro comes. Most people do astro at night. So visualize your favorite place to go every night and just say, right, I'm going there. And just visualize it in your head, how you travel through the trees or through wherever, and you'd land at the place, and do it again and again. And eventually your body starts actually doing it.
I understand.
It depends if you actually do astro, but that's how I used to pick it up when I was a child.
Yeah, Phil, I understand. The question was, are you able, or is it possible, if you see a person, would you see information that he does astral walking or whatever he does during his night sleep, or is it not possible?
You might pick up the energy. You'd pick up the energy if you're in astro. Yeah, you can, but it's an energy thing.
So it's not impossible to tell me if I am or not. But it was just a question, I was wondering. But it doesn't bother me much, because I know that we get rising frequencies, and there will be more and more activity, and at some time it's just natural. It's okay. Thank you.
Wendy, your question is, do you know why people struggle with high blood pressure? Are they experiencing the call to healthy living, for ascension, stay or go?
Is that for me?
Yep. It is for you, because it seems like there's a lot of people around me that struggle with weight to begin with, but that high blood pressure just seems to be something that keeps coming up to, like, people I know like end up in the hospital. And so I'm kind of wondering, like, what's up with the systems? Is that kind of like the calling card to say, hey, like, clean up your act, because the ascension's happening, and if you're not ready, you're not ready. So I don't know. So I was just looking for additional insight to that.
Yeah, my personal view is the brain is set, it's got a mindset on a certain system, and the ascension's bringing new energies, and that mindset's not allowing for the new energies. So the brain is not catching up. So it's getting high blood pressure. It's the mind, the brain of the person needs. Either you can do it yourself, or you can do it, but I'd say most of it is to do with the mindset linked to the new energies. You can't handle the. Does that help?
Yeah, that's interesting. And actually, one of the people that just went to the hospital, he had fallen and had gotten hurt, and I said, well, I can kill that so that you can at least bend over and move. And so I only spent a couple minutes with him, and then he's like, oh my God, I can touch my toes again, because it was such a bad fall. and he goes, but he said to me even before he started, he said, but I don't believe it. He said, but I'm willing. So he accepted it, even though he was thinking, well, this isn't going to work. And then he's like, I can touch my toes. So he got excited about it. And then the next day he ended up in the ER with problems. And I know I just kind of did like a wipe clearing of his energy. Maybe that was, I don't know. I just found it curious. But then I was wondering, because it seems like a lot of people have been going and having that same experience recently. So, yeah.
A few times, and this can be with your mother with the bad ears. Sometimes I actually send signals to the brain and tell the brain, you're not quite doing your job correct. You need to do this. So if you're healing the person, you can try and put programs in the brain to say, look, your job, a brain can fix anything in your body, absolutely anything, only if it knows, and it just needs to be. So when I've been doing that healing for the last 20 years, 2 nights a week, I don't tell them, I sometimes tell the brain, and I also do a key number, which is a frequency key number, so that comes in. And that's a bit like Dave Starr's key numbers, but I've been doing that for about 20 years. But I can't believe he said it. So I give it a key number, and I tell the brain, look, you're not doing your job. You need to do this. And
so can you tell the person that they can do that themselves? Because if they're already like not thinking about it, can you do it telepathically? Can you, like, maybe I can just tell them telepathically from my mind to their mind, all right, you need to
you need to take over your brain and tell it it's not doing right. Yeah, I think you can. Depends on who the person is, though, because people block it. So but I think it's worth trying. Yeah.
I like that idea of a key. It's almost like like you have a key and you assign it a task, almost like how you assign your crystals, and then that virtual key could then be used to like an on-off switch.
The key is a frequency code.
Okay.
To do that job.
Okay.
I bet
All right, cool.
that before. Oh, there you go.
I like it. All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Sue and Dave have a question. They've been experiencing hives, rash on her eyes, face, arms, legs, etc. for over a week now. She did a course of prednisone for a week, which is a steroid. Got it via a doctor visit, which ended this last Wednesday. The rash on her eyes and face seemed to have gotten worse again, but the other parts of her body is getting better. She's tried doing Kundalini Reiki on herself and received other galactic healing infusions, but is still hanging on. What else can I do to try and clear it up? Sue. Oh, Sue. Sue's in it. Oh, Sue and Dave now.
Have you seen anyone medically? Have they said anything about it?
She said she went on prednisone, so that's
Friday.
prescription.
Online virtual doctor's visits, and they sent a prescription to my pharmacy, and I was able to fill it on, which helped a little bit. It helped a little bit with the inflammation and stuff like that. But then I used it all up by Wednesday morning, and since then it seems like the are really red and swollen and rash and everything.
You got poison ivy.
Adjusted things, huh?
You got poison ivy or poison oak. That's the creator's telling me.
Okay.
What I would do, put your hand out.
I had a psychic friend say that I drove through an area that had like a pollen, kind of like a...
No, somebody was burning it.
Oh, somebody was burning it.
That's why it's so bad in your eyes.
Yeah, my eyes are like bloodshot red and...
Somebody was burning it. You need Benadryl.
I've been taking Benadryl every day, usually at nights, but sometimes during the day. I took some this morning.
Just has to work itself out. Oh God, I had the same thing happen to me when I was, oh my God, I had the same exact thing happen to me. They were burning it, and I was so allergic. Nobody else got it but me. All over my face, all over my arms.
Yeah, the rash on my arms is pretty much faded and almost gone. And
somebody was burning it, and that's why you got it in your face and your arms and your eyes. Ugh.
Yeah, I've tried putting pure organic aloe vera. I got
the allergy eye drops. You can get them open. Not working.
Cream, which because I have eczema, that I was a Eucerin cream, which.
Okay, let's do a healing. It's poison oak. Father said it's poison oak. They were burning it. I don't think they realized when they were trimming trees that they were burning it too, or trimming whatever they were trimming. Was somebody burning something in your neighborhood? Hi, Dave.
I may have one day it smelled a little burning.
That's because he's showing me it was poison oak.
Or if I drove through an area where somebody was doing it.
Father's saying he's putting some numbing stuff in your eyes so it stops the itching. Okay, this should be gone in a day and a half.
Yeah.
Water. God, I feel for you. I know what it's like. I was miserable. It took me weeks to get rid of it.
Tea tree or oil or anything. I know I've used that for poison. Before, but I don't know about my face.
No, it was that pink stuff I used. That was the only thing. Calamine lotion or something like that. That was the only thing that I was able to use the whole time. Okay. They didn't give me a steroid, nothing back then.
Okay.
It was weeks, and I think they gave me nothing for my eyes. I was just miserable for weeks.
I look like I have demon eyes with my.
I was a mess.
Can I suggest something?
She's like, well, maybe you have like scarlet fever because that's going around. I'm like, I don't think that's it.
No, it's not. Go ahead, Celia.
Normally what I use is sovereign silver, which is it's like colloidal silver. It always works for me. Poison oak, eczema.
Do you put it on the skin?
I spray it in my eyes too when it's itching, and it works. So you just spray it on where it's like inflammation. Yeah.
Okay.
It's always works for me.
Yeah.
Can I tell you my idea? Would that be okay, Susan?
Yeah. Yes.
In your hand, by visualization and manifesting a cream, bring in the energies that you need picture by asking the universe, but also creams that the method you've been using now, ask for the energy part in the cream. Then bring in, this is through meditation as well. So you're meditating, you visualizing this cream, you're stirring, you can feel it in your hand, stirring it, and visualize violet flame to transmute what's creating this problem. And then just pour it over your face into where it's sore. And if you really want to go with the old log, you can actually also create a tablet, ask the universe for the ingredients, roll it and put it in your mouth, and actually get some physical water and drink the tablet, and just do that every day.
Okay.
So that's my spiritual method that I've been told.
Okay, I can try that. Yeah. Thank you.
See how much you learn here, everybody?
You've got 5 ideas though.
Everyone.
Okay, let's see. Oh, Bobby, my spiritual teacher, she's on Facebook. She's not anywhere else, but her name is Christine Preston. And it has a black and white picture on her Facebook page of her and her twin flame who died in the 1960s. And he's her cousin, who's now an Andromedan on a ship above us. He's already ascended. Okay, and she's in the UK. And Phil, you said you were seeing Ariel or Uriel? It's Uriel, you said, right?
Uriel.
Archangel Uriel. Is she a fractal of Uriel? Is that what you were telling her? You're a fractal of Archangel Uriel. And that's why I said, do you recognize
Ariel? I get a kick in one.
Ariel is I think a mermaid. It's all right. I think that's it. Is that a mermaid? Okay, let's see. Do you have any more questions? Oh, Rhonda.
Hey, yeah, if there's time and no one else has a question, because I've already gone.
Go ahead.
Okay, great, thank you. So I was, and I'm back from the airport. I had to leave, so sorry. I took off but I'm back. Yay. So I have I've got 3 meditation practices that I am learning off and on, and I'm a little wondering which way is the best way for me to continue. The first one I was learning was Anahat. So I meditate in the morning and the evening. And so I was learning Anahat. The second one that I would do right after that is a practice that I am supposed to learn and teach to other people. And then just recently, I connected with a shaman, and we did a third type of meditation that she showed me, this is what I should be doing. So now I'm like, I'm not really sure which one or are any of these, and perhaps I'm supposed to combine something to be able to teach this in the future. Anyway, so that's kind of my question, like, which way do I go with these?
I'd say do all of them. Do all 3. Just
all 3. Yeah. Okay.
Do the one you can do one at a time and pick the one you want, or try all 3 at the same time. Depends how much time you got. Different meditations are good, because if you do one, it can be quite boring. If you do it every day, so different ones are great. I've always done different ones. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I guess I'm more focused on the specific one that I'm supposed to teach to others, because that was the whole point of the second meditation. So now, so I don't know. Am I supposed to be learning or incorporating the second and the third one, or just do my thing?
I would get all the best parts of it and do it as yours. Do your meditation.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that would make a lot of sense then. So, all right. Well, wonderful.
Okay.
Now I've got a whole new practice. Perfect. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Deb, at the end, can I do my Atlantis HALO a grounding technique for?
You can do anything you want, Phil. We have a question from Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, I just wondered if there was any help on my stomach. Because of all the stuff that's happened to me this past week, just the nerves and everything, for some reason, everything's blocked in my stomach, and I still haven't been able to fix it. So any kind of guidance or healing to that, just all the food and everything I've had for a whole week is hanging in me. It's to go.
The grounding technique I'm going to say in 5 or 10 minutes is also an healing, self-healing, which is good for Susan's face as well. And it's one I was shown on Atlantis. I used to live there. So that's one. The other thing is you've seen loads of different berries, like the tablet. I'd say grounding. I think you might have an energy blockage and you need to de-block this energy. It's have you had this before?
Just 2 times in the past 10 years.
I think an energy. Your chakras, I like to do figure of 8 chakras and visualization, get the energy going, use your hands to go through all these chakras in a figure of 8 and make them just flow to the ground. I do that sort of.
Figure 8, and what's the intention, or what am I thinking?
Wait, when you see the chakras here, I go round and then an 8 and then go round an 8 and slowly round, so the energy's flowing really well, yeah, and it gets to there, and then just do some self-healing on that and try and push it down. If you've had it a few times, it could be obviously food. You can try the tablet method as well, but the HALO should be the best one. I'll show in a minute.
Okay.
And Bobby has another question.
Hi, I was just curious because I was talking about how I felt like I wanted to work with Alba previously. I was talking to you about that, Deb, about getting a message out. And she just actually announced to us privately, but now she's going to announce, but she's taking a little hiatus and taking some time off. But I really felt strongly pulled to her, and she did help me with the frequency tuning and with a gathering session. But I'm wondering, is there anyone else that I could possibly connect with to help me get my message out, because I really feel strongly pulled in that direction. And I think with the confirmations of what and the connections you guys are making helps me realize why that is. So is there anyone else that maybe you would suggest to work with?
In what way? Get your message out.
And maybe doing some well, I know that Alba does her sessions differently for the hypnotherapy, so I'm just wondering in that sense.
You mean what kind of message are you trying to get out? Explain that to me.
I don't know the message. I know it's in me. I know it's in me because I've been strongly pulled to that, and I was like, I know I have to have a session, but I was thinking I was being guided to Alba, but then when the timing came up where she said, now I'm going to take a step back for a while and only do certain things, I thought, well, maybe I was only guided to her to be linked to someone else for that. And I just didn't know if you knew or anyone knew who else I could possibly work with.
Why don't you work on first you need to work on yourself and and find out what your mission is and what you should be doing, one step at a time.
You've got to find the message before you're the messenger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's something you can always reach out to me with, because I do sessions similar to Alba. So, feel free to find me and contact me regarding that. And sometimes people are directed to me just for that purpose, is so that they can find out what their mission is and then start working toward what they're supposed to be doing. So, happy to help.
Well, I actually wrote your name down earlier. For some reason, I already doodled it down so I was like, I gotta. Yeah, it is. So,
but
higher self already connecting.
What happens when you open a door? More doors open.
Exactly.
You open the first one first.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm being strongly pulled into doing this. Before, I was offered a few years back to go into a hypnotherapy session, and I was like, the timing's not right. I'm not really comfortable with that. But over the past year and a half, I've been more pulled strongly into that direction, and I just hadn't taken that step. And of course, it is difficult to get a session with Alba, and the timing is always right. And I had that opportunity, and for some reason, I chose the frequency tuning instead. And I thought, well, maybe I needed to do that so my message could be clearer when it was time to give that. So I'm just putting my feelers out there. That's all I'm doing right now to find out some connections.
And my sessions aren't hypnosis. They're more like listening to a guided meditation. Because I cleared blocks as Archangel Raphael, I use that power to melt away whatever the blocks are, and then we'll have a conversation with your higher self and other guides as they come through, and that's how you'll get your direction.
Thank you. I think I know. I think I need to have that concrete. Thank you.
Bobby, I've had a session with Wendy, and I can highly recommend her. So definitely have a start there. So really, she's great. So have a go. But in that, obviously, definitely with Wendy. But Jill Kolb, I think Jill is also having a break, isn't she? So yeah, on Wendy would be a great start.
Yeah. Later this month, we have a group like this with Noel. So,
I've been pulled to him too.
So we have, and that's really popular. There's a lot more people, with Phil. And this is a holiday weekend. We would have had a lot more people here this day too. But a lot of our Canadian friends are all celebrating their Thanksgiving.
When I seen your flyer and I seen Phil's name, I'm like, I got to get into this session. I don't know why, but I got to get into this session. So, and like I told you before, I'm new here, so.
We're going to start our healing and light language once a month. We're going to do one for the U.S. and then one for Australia once a month now. We're going to do that. We used to do it weekly. It's just too much. So we'll do that again. And that'll keep us pretty busy in between our sessions. So
that'll be good.
Yeah. It just got to be too much once a week. Once a week. It's just, they got to be too long. 4 hours, 3 hours. That's a long time. So were there any other questions today? Phil, did you want to do your?
Yeah, just one point. If you ever have any questions, just me, and I'll see if I can help. I normally do, but that's fine.
Most of us are all on Facebook, so.
This is a grounding technique from Atlantis. What you've got to do is close your eyes and meditate. What you do is you visualize a halo around your head, about this big. It is in white light, angelic white light, and what happens is it goes 2 inches down, 1 inch up, 2 inches down, 1 inch up. And it's checking you out. It can get rid of that. You got to do is by intent program it to check you out, and it might change color. You might see different colors. If it's red, it means there's attachment. It can also do green for healing. So what you got to do is just close your eyes and imagine this halo above your head, and it goes to the ground. And when it goes to the ground, send in moonlight to clear the negativity of your body. So just close your eyes. You can see the halo above your head. It's bright white angelic light. It's shining on you. It's now going down. It's checking your body. It's going down. It might change color. You're not programming. It programs itself. It's now at your it's now going past your head, going past your, it's now going to your throat chakra, and it's going 2 up, 2 down. You might feel very warm. It's fine. It's going all the way down to your chest. It keeps on going 2 inches, 1 inch down, 2 inches down, 1 inch up, 2 inch down. So it's cleansing. It's giving you the ingredients to fix your body if you fix it. It's clearing any attachments, any entities, any negative parts that are still in your aura field. It's now going to your root chakra, 2 inches up, 1 inch down. It goes past your legs, keeps on going 2 inches, 1 inch down. You can actually see it in your mind's eye. It's now going to your knees. It keeps on going 2 inches, 1 inch down, 2 inches down, 1 inch up, and then it goes to your feet. When it gets to your feet, you then send moon energy into your crown chakra, and that pushes everything right down to the halo. Then it starts all the negativity going to the earth, And just one, what I normally do is send the halo back up to your head and then right down again, so it pushes everything down and cleanses you. And you can do a prayer if that's your belief, and then you can wake up. Is that okay? Did anyone feel anything there? Yeah.
Yes, the feeling of wooziness, hitting to another dimensional plane, and the colors were changing as you were going. So it started out yellow, then green, then bright magenta, and then it changed to, as you were kind of toward the hip stomach area, kind of a reddish, and then it quick change to bright yellow and green, and then down toward from the rest of the way down for the legs, it was all violet purple. So yeah, lots of different activations and clearing going on apparently.
You can get downloads with this as well. You can get downloads just by doing this, which is quite a bit strange. That's good. Anybody else see anything?
I had this little black thing in the middle of my back.
I wonder.
Interesting. I took it, removed it, and that my head was blue. My whole head aura was blue. I don't know what that meant.
Blue, angelic. You've got me on that one.
Yeah, the aura.
Yellow is the most.
My whole head was blue, and then my whole back, all down my back, around that little black thing, whatever was removed in the middle of my back, was green energy, and all down into my up down into my legs. The rest of the way down was all white.
You don't mind me telling a story about this halo? I've been using this for about 10, 15 years, and I only thought it was white light. But an healer was healing me that had a demonic entity on it. And I ended up getting loads and loads of attachments from this entity. And when I did it, I thought, why is it gone all red? I was panicking, and it was actually removing, it was burning them out. It was actually burning, it burning the aura field, and it was burning them out. So I only thought it did white. But now I've been told the colour is the colour you need. So you need some blue, Deb.
I had an orange color came through, really bright orange at the top somewhere.
I think a bright orange is like emotion. It's helping your emotion. Is that near your head part? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Is that, where was it? Was it where your head is?
I think it was a little bit lower, maybe the chest area.
Yeah, it might be your heart shaft just needed a bit of thick.
Yeah, everywhere. I didn't think of colors for anywhere else. I just kind of wear it down and down and up. It felt really peaceful. It was really nice.
I felt like all my muscles relaxed, like my whole spine relaxed.
I'd recommend that every day, especially if you do a lot of healing and a lot of spirit. Yeah, I'd do it at night just before you go to bed. If you pick anything up in the day, you can clear it out.
The sacral chakra is related to orange as well.
I was going to say that I actually felt that it was going to cleanse Dave's issue that you were just talking about. During that time, I mean, I felt just bright white light, and it grew more intense, but I felt a lot of heat. And then as it went down through my body, I don't know why his issue connected into my image, but I felt it healing his problem that he was talking about. And it's odd that you did say about the sacral or the orange, because it is sacral, and that's kind of in that area that'll help cleanse and push that out.
He's working on sacral chakra with white magic.
That's the area.
And so that might be helping him clear things, clear blockages in that area too.
Yeah, it works as an healing as well as a grounding. So it's got like a double whammy. It can do either, or it can do both actually.
Well, I felt the cleansing and all the wonderful colours, but right at the very end, I felt my pineal gland vibrating. So I don't know if I've cleared something there, or is that unusual?
I'd say that's that could be a download. It might be a download awakening, especially where it is, especially the position.
It was like it only came when I'd done that clearing.
Yeah.
When the halo was complete, that's when I felt that jolt of there. I thought, oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Is there any more? Is that it now?
Could I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Just regarding energy, since when I'm outside, it's not more a selfie, really. And when I'm indoors, the light will also bend, and I will also get. So, wondering if you can add to that.
Could you repeat that a little bit, please? You just got a bad line.
I'll type it.
That's the best way. Yeah, silver light is angelic source light. It's the angelic part of you, and it's you're probably giving it away. You're a bit like you're like shining. Let's have a look.
It's blinding.
Yeah.
Literally, it's whiteouts. You can't see the house. I originally took a picture of my house and I stood, at the spot of the house. And I did a selfie. Entire light, the entire house is white, silver white.
I'd say that's you. You're creating that. It's your gift in a way. You're very, very powerful and very ancient. So I'd say it's all to do with you.
See, it happens indoor as well. Lights get drawn towards me. It doesn't matter what. When I do a selfie, and it's the same. You will see all these lights, like blinding lights.
Have you tried changing the lights?
You mean the light bulb?
Yeah,
or
no,
the natural rays.
Yeah, the rays. Have you tried adjusting?
I understand that I anchor the plant, so I have seen them. Just like earlier, red light, this rose gold with dimensional ray, K70 rays, 4 guys were pushing her. So I just don't.
You know the thing that you can see, and then it disappeared. That's there to protect you because you beam in too much light. You are shining. You're bringing in the light, and anybody else can see that. Probably it's you've got to try and lower it, but I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest. You just got to try using it if you can. The light, try and use it freely.
I do. I'm clearing. Earth is clear. I know that from my experience, whole blast around through healing, it shifts the energy. People will feel it all over. I will ask my friends, I did this, and they said, yeah, I just feel lighter, and that's how it shifts. I do use the light, but
send it to the crystalline earth. Heal the earth.
I do that sometimes.
You do that.
Yeah.
So you're even learning what you're doing. Yeah, that's fine.
I do it twice a week. Not exactly. So many things on the conscious level. So I'm aware of. I'm doing a lot of things. So in terms of my mission, it's a lot of responsibility.
I do believe that you're an ascended master, but I'm not sure who.
I have ascended. I just don't religious faction, although I believe. I just don't. It's just really weird because in the old system, teacher, but I'm not taught. I'm not taught that I need karma, But I'm happy working with all the masters and all those, and whoever that comes.
Access your own past life. You've got a lot there of knowledge.
I have seen some of it, and I also know that a lot of the past incarnations necessary. So I refrain from the costume. There are certain things I'm here, but I'm not supposed to be either side to get. So I have to say, I get in trouble when I help people. I got in trouble recently, and they don't like it when but yeah. So it's for me. It's more of a stage in life. Just try to.
We've worked in past lives together a long time ago.
Pretty sure, and I did mention to you that they're my nephew and nieces. So I know.
But you're looking good. You're looking good to be ancient.
I don't know about the. I don't think, and it's just more concerned about, and so other things, more wanting to share the same and to find anyone who has it. So to me, it's all still based to discover, and it takes time because I'm sure everyone here resonates because you may have all these questions, exactly what it is, but it just comes. And it may take you like 2 years before you understand the answers. But
what I've noticed, when you open one door, so much comes through and you open other doors. So it's like a backlog. And it's amazing when you open that test or that door, when you open it, it's not just the end, it's more. And then you come to another one and you got to open that one.
I have seen this past the experiences. People understand that they're not just here at base levels, students growing. We're all masters, our souls are all masters. It's a matter of allowing our soul to access, bring in, to raise your vibration high enough, because we all, and I've seen it from just a small little, barely awake part of the grand.
Dragons have come in to everyone at the moment.
Yes, and so it's like, so this is not something that, because in my journey, I see a lot of people too scared, still hiding. If you know what I mean. For me, I just tell everybody I see in front of me, I am who I am. And my reality is very different. The picture of flame coming down, but that's fine. But the thing, people are all healing of the accesses. You don't have to use everything. So much we literally don't clutter ourselves, because I find the biggest problem we have are all is stuff we emotional or energetic.
I get that.
Yeah, and once all that is really baggage, we're flying high that they've been stuck.
I quite agree. That's well said. I do think that a lot of people carry hate and dislike to other people, and that creates the baggage and the problems, so they can't awaken. And they've just got to let it all go, and they'll waken up that easy. I get that.
Balancing the Akash or past, and given that we are only says, I have 100,000 issues I have to, and I can only do so many, on this planet.
I released all my karma residue from all my lives about 3 months ago, and I had a week of an headache. It was all coming out, and because I said it wrong, I gave someone their permission to take it away from me and get rid of everything, but it was a very bad journey, and people who know me can see the change, and you just got to get rid of all that karma, and then the gifts that you've got are easier to access, and the frequency it's coming to Earth at the moment gives you the power to act even more. So in a few months, I don't know what we'll be able to do.
Yeah, even though I'm
astral travel.
In my journey,
I can do that now.
I'm still learning. There's so much, and I can visualize and see that it'd be nice and bright, carrying light.
We will never stop learning. We never, ever, ever will we stop learning.